hanging out. Light leaks on the pavement. Shadows blacking out. Punk rock and pagan. Dancing like a kid. Stepping on the stage. Heart like eyes are red. I am neon red. Black holes in your eyes. Hiding for nothing. Symbols in the skies. Something is coming. Can't come pop you up. Dead man on the dance floor. Pulsing through your blood. Get ready for the new girl. Dancing like a kid. Stepping on the
Yo, what's up, guys? Ape Coin mooned. I was joking around yesterday saying I bought in a little bit, but I actually was so close to buying at $8 and I should have didn't, but going to get the other guys in, talk about Ape, talk about how we're getting a bunch of money into the market right now and what projects are moving, what we're buying, what we're selling. 1 second, I'll bring him in. Yo, what's up?
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
Let me get my headphones on here. Not much. Ape mooned. Should have bought. Nobody bought.
Yeah, went over 3x from the lows of yesterday. Touched 16 a couple times. Sat around 15 for a while. Now right at 13. So, yeah, crazy, man. We would have had all day yesterday to buy. Right around that $7 to $8 range is where it sat for the longest.
Yeah, that was getting accumulated. The guys on Twitter that I follow and trust the most were saying it was a time to buy. Should have bought. But hard to do. Hard to do at that point in time.
Yeah,
we're
you
at
had
13.
all of us convinced that you did buy back in.
I know, because I was really serious about it. Bad timing. Had to go somewhere and stuff. But anyways, we're back down to 13 off of about a 16, I'd say. You had time. You had a pretty good time to sell there, $15 to $16. Congrats to anybody who did buy. I'm sure some people in our group bought. But yeah, the thing that we are seeing, which is nice, is that it's causing other projects to moon. I mean, Azuki's have gone up 3 ETH, over 25%, right?
Yeah, in the last like 24 hours, it's gone absolutely crazy. Volume's still there. They're almost about to hit 13 ETH.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. The 9 ETH floor for I think like 2 or 3 weeks really was the support. People were accumulating, listings were going down, and yeah, it's cool to see. They've also teased some cool stuff. They have a in-person event happening on March 30th in Los Angeles with the founder and then some of the team. There apparently is like a musical guest, but there's also a pretty significant announcement. They said it was like a major announcement. And then if you look on their website under the mind map, which is their roadmap, they've also got this pretty cool thing called the seedlings, which is basically like their plan for the future growth of the business. And one of the things there is Bean token. So they're exploring the idea of a token. They've also mentioned numerous times in the Discord from the founders themselves, just like chatting with holders, that there is going to be an airdrop happening soon. Don't have any idea what that looks like, but apparently they've been saying they're preparing something really cool for the holders. So I think the combination of all those things, plus the stimulus of Ape token going to people who, you know, either already own multiple Azukis and want more exposure, as some of the Ape holders, or those guys who just never had the free liquid to do it, now have the ability to do it. So I think the floor continues to go. I think also we see some run up in like CloneX and some other of those projects that are probably sub 15 ETH, I would say. Those I think probably have the most room to grow back to like 15 or 16, probably across the board. So just cool to see. I think it's good for the market in general, and as people make money in those blue chips, that will funnel back to some of the smaller projects as well, and then back up to the blue chips. It's kind of like it's pretty cyclical in nature. When the blue chips start to go, the little stuff starts to go too, and profits rotate, and everything's good. So we'll see if the sentiment I've been seeing on Twitter is pretty. It seems like everyone's pretty bullish on NFTs right now after this airdrop. Either that or it's just like euphoria after people were randomly given, tens of thousands of dollars, but maybe a mix of both.
Yeah, I saw that Loopify guy say to like all other projects, like your token is not going to be the next ape and will most likely destroy your community. And I saw that only because that guy, the co-founder of Ethereum, had like retweeted it or something. It's kind of interesting take, I guess, from him.
Totally, yeah, totally possible.
Yeah, I who knows? Nobody fucking knows what's gonna happen with this shit. Like nobody. So yeah, definitely good for Azuki people right now. Are you gonna sell? You have 2. Are you gonna sell 1?
I'd consider selling it like 18 to 20.
Damn.
But before then, maybe not. I don't know.
How many people in here think he should sell now? None. So that's a good sign.
I would.
Maybe
I
not
would exit
now.
at like
I mean,
15.
He's held through thick and thin. I mean, I feel like he's seen them pump up to 12 to 13 a few times after hitting their 16.
I wouldn't be
17
selling.
floor.
I would sell around 15, 16 because that's where it's been. Like look for the rejection off of that and sell at like 14, 14.5. But if it breaks that, then you're in discovery, which is always nice.
Totally.
Price discovery. So then you have no idea what the heck to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
like,
just get
you
worried
could go
with
over
that amount of
20.
liquid. I don't know what I'd do with it. Like if I'm not investing in another project, I'd probably pick up a clone or something, not a doodle.
Buy
Oh, yeah.
Bitcoin and put it on a hardware wallet.
I mean, you could easily lose 20 ETH really quickly just knowing your trading patterns, Aiden, right?
Yeah. Thank you for that. And also, yeah, I mean, I go way harder when I have more ETH on
Yeah.
shit projects. So it's
Exactly.
not-
Everyone
get dangerous.
does for sure.
Aiden, have you seen with all the Suzuki stuff? Is there any implication for any of the Bobu token holders? I know a bunch of our guys have that.
Shit, I have those.
I haven't seen anything yet, but I believe they're gonna be working on proposals that the Bobu holders get to vote
got
on, and I wouldn't be
scammed.
surprised if they also got a percentage of the airdrop. Probably not as much. Well, definitely not as much as an actual Azuki, but I would imagine like a fractional percentage, which
Yeah.
could be decent. Who knows?
I got scammed. I can feel it. I have like 7 of those.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We'll see. I have faith they'll go to 0.1. I could sell. Cool. Azuki's went up. 3 landers also had some benefit of this ape stuff. They've come back down, so I think the play there sell into the hype. I think Garrett sold one. Did you get to sell yours least?
I did sell also around 2.2.
Let's go. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back down to 1.95, so that was definitely a smart move on our end.
Yeah, sell into these runs because the liquidity just vanishes. It's not like, it's just unlike a lot of markets where it just literally is gone and people just start undercutting nonstop. So,
For sure. I mean, if they do get low again, man, if they were to get down to like 1.3, 1.4, I would possibly be looking for a re-entry because it seems like there really is a good amount of momentum. The holders are solid, and the total listing count has come down pretty significantly. It was sitting at around like 1,600, 1,700 for a while, and now when you look, it's right around like 1,200. So. It's the type of growth pattern that I think is priming it for potential larger growth in the future.
yeah,
So
I like it.
I still
Yeah.
like the project.
They're nice looking. They're nice PFPs. If NFTs continue in a nice upward pattern for the next few months, that would be one I see going over 3 Ethereum. But anyone who listens, I've been bearish on NFTs. Kind of counter, I would say, to Aiden. I just, I remember how fucking wrecked everyone got in ICOs in 2017, 2018. And it just happened so quickly. But yeah, I think there's obviously still these 12 to 24 hour plays that you don't want to miss out on. Like missing out on the Ape coin yesterday. Looking back, it was like that felt like kind of a no brainer what was happening with the price action and the big purchases. But one thing I would say that's kind of interesting is how quickly the mutants kind of rebounded and the bored apes from like a big sell-off yesterday. They're back to 19 and a half. I kind of thought that they would stay like 14, 15 for a while. Like,
Right.
I just thought nobody would really want to buy them now that this happened. I think people understand that they're going to be rewarded probably a couple more times, and starting with the land stuff. So maybe that's where that buying pressure is coming from and why people are buying these. So yeah, I just was surprised by that, and it will be interesting to see when this land happens, what goes on with that, what the reward looks like for mutant holders and ape holders. So
Yeah, that's one of my strategies for this month, man. It's trying to stay pretty liquid for whenever that land sale does go down, because I really do believe that the first half of the land sale, just like that pitch deck that was leaked there had shown, I believe it's going to happen in March. That's what everything's pointing towards. So I
this
mean,
month.
ideally within the next couple of weeks here. And yeah, I think there's going to be a ton of profit to be made, and I think you're right that that's probably one of the reasons that, and just all the attention on the Bored Ape ecosystem right now. Like all eyes are on BAYC and Yuga Labs. So I see why people are accumulating, and then yeah, like that impending airdrop with the land should be pretty sick. I'm really curious to what they're going to be priced at.
Yeah, wait, I thought it was 1 ETH.
I thought
Is
it was
that-
1 ETH as well.
Oh,
yeah.
is that we know that's a definitive price point?
Not exactly. The calculation from the projections that they used on the roadmap, if you calculate it based on the supply, would be about like 1 ETH was the
Okay.
number.
And
At
based on them
2,800
charging 2.9 for the mutants, like I think that makes sense. Yeah, cool. That would be sick. Getting a few of those, man, I think that they could be really, really profitable right out of the gate.
Cool.
I mean, they would be like the leading like land in the NFT space, right? Or,
I don't know about leading land, but it would definitely be the one
Sandbox
with.
would be.
well, no, they would be one of the top ones, you know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, you could see them going. I could see them just like releasing at 1 ETH and then just immediately going to a 2.2
I just-
or something.
I think it'll be some kind of extension land or something integrated with Sandbox. Like I just don't
Right.
see how they're gonna do their own thing. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. That's just a guess. Like I think I don't know. But Sand has their own token, so it's like I just don't. I don't know. Like would Sandbox, who's owned by, I don't want to say the name, Manicola, I don't even know, owned by the company that teamed up with BAYC on their stuff. I don't know. Animoca. I don't know. Anyways, a lot of speculation. But yeah, good to see market right now trending upward. Ape token, it seems like revitalized some projects here, which is nice to see. But yeah, we can, if you guys don't have anything else, we can go on to the Benji stuff that was connected with the Ape token.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, McKay. Yeah, go into your Benji stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so Benji went bananas last night. Benji Bananas,
Oh, man.
basically a
Waiting.
game developed by Animoca Brands. Obviously that they're pretty big iOS game developer. They don't have a ton of games released, but those are the same guys who had developed and worked on Bored Ape Yacht Club's mobile game. Basically, they did a mint yesterday that costed 25 ape coin. So that's like, I think at the time, I'd guess it was well under $300 to mint, like USD. with the estimated conversion of ApeCoin probably being like around $10, but I think it was even less at the time. There was 5K supply. That was at 9 p.m. Eastern last night, I believe. It was all automated. So what ended up happening was like 4 wallets somehow automated it using some sort of bot system that we'd actually talked about in the podcast yesterday. I'm pretty sure it's that same type of bot where they were just able to exchange, instead of using a bot where they were sending like Solar ETH, they were just using this token. I assume since it's built on top of ETH, they're just sending it as something similar to the way Ethereum sent through a transaction. Regardless, though, 5 wallets got like 40% of the supply, and the Benji floor right now is like 0.35 because the incentive is for you to play this game. If you are a holder of the NFT, you're going to be incentivized to receive special bananas, which you can then convert into ApeCoin. And so there's like this weird bridge between this game, which has nothing to do with Bored Ape's ecosystem, but ironically, their in-game token has to do with bananas, and obviously Bored Ape's ApeCoin, very tied in with that. You're playing as an ape in their game as well. So kind of just a coincidence there. I did Benji on some bananas prior to the podcast, and
This
just to
guy,
like kind of
dude.
figure out how the game works. Basically what it is it's like a hybrid between Jetpack Joyride and Flappy Bird. So you're trying to collect bananas in the air before falling and hitting the ground. Then those bananas can be used to power up your monkey and the in-game ecosystem. And then there's larger bananas, which those would then be exchanged for ApeCoin. And obviously the exchange rate from the in-game bananas to ApeCoin is probably very offset in benefit for ApeCoin, because anyone could just play the game for however long they wanted in order to see benefits there. But it's a pretty cool game, and it was interesting to see the bridge between the two. Obviously, it was all just because of Animoca Brands. They're the game developer. They kind of had free reign, and it was kind of sad to see the supply of the mint yesterday get wiped out, like 50% of it to 5 guys who just bought it. And I'm pretty sure none of them were connected with each other either. From what I understand, it was just 5 botters competing with each other, and they all had some level of success. So yeah, Benji bananas.
Cool, yeah. Benji Bananas. Nice. I like that you just learned that and played the game all night for this segment. Okay. Kabatsu Mecha. Did anybody mint this stuff? Like, this is one literally I saw maybe 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah, there's 2,200 of them. Yeah. And I honestly didn't even look to. I've been just like not on minting at all. I like aftermarket stuff a lot more. What happened? Do you guys know what happened with the mint or anything like that?
No, not super sure what went down with the mint. I've just been seeing them on the aftermarket. I thought they looked pretty cool. They're kind of like mecha type robots with animated characters that are riding them, and they are fully animated. They're still unrevealed right now, sitting just slightly above a 1 ETH floor. And I had just linked them earlier because I thought they were interesting. They look pretty good, and really low supply, which can be hit or miss, man. That's the thing with low supply, is that there's just fewer people with exposure to the project, fewer people with incentive to pump their bags, etc., and spread the word about it. So yeah, sometimes that can be to a project's detriment if the supply is too low.
Nice. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
I would definitely on this one at this point do what I like to do, which is watch volume when they reveal and then try to get a rare.
Right.
Not sure the hype behind it, if it'll be big enough.
Yeah, the volume, like they've been in top volume just because the floor price is up at 1 ETH, but the volume's not crazy. It's not anything to write home about. Yeah.
The amount of sales isn't very high, but yeah, pretty cool, and obviously a decent project that's come about the past 48 hours or whatever. So yeah, I like keeping an eye on that. Dadness NFT. So this is honestly the first time I've looked at this, and right away it makes me think of those dippy hippie guys. But who wants to talk about these dadnesses that?
I had this just to surface an early project because we haven't done this in a little bit. I found these yesterday. The following's grown quite a bit. They've only got like 3 or 4 tweets. They're
Yeah.
launching before Father's Day, which is in June, I believe, of this year. I think they're going to open a Discord soon, so just wanted to put it on people's radar because I can totally see art like this doing well. We have no idea what it really looks like yet for like whitelist or anything like that, but wanted to share a really early one just because we haven't done that in a while.
Right on. Yeah.
Shout out to the listeners.
Definitely early. This guy's kind of cool, to be honest.
I thought they were pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I like this. Pretty cool. I'll get one from my father for Father's Day. I have someone said I have C Shandy's whitelist. Should I mint? Yeah, I think so. Didn't Slumped?
Yep.
Are you here? You should
Mhm.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It
Let's
looks
go.
like I told him to mint in the chat. Looks like
Oh,
he
I
minted.
see. I didn't even see your response.
Yep.
Right
No, that one. I was actually just reading. I know McKay is going to touch a bit on this, but it looks like they have more whitelist tokens than actual NFTs. So that's always a good sign for floor price.
Okay.
Someone's going to want it. I really like that project, but I'll let McKay speak on that. He's got some stuff planned.
Oh, yeah, we've got that lined up here. Do you want to get on to that right? Let's go ahead and cover that here while we're on it.
Yeah. I call them sea shotties, but they're sea shanties, and they're gonna do really well. It's a project that we had a channel up a couple days ago for in GFNF. They started it was delayed. They were having like some sort of mint issue. I think they said when I read in their Discord was that the issue had to do with image uploading, so it was pushed back to today. I think just 30 minutes ago they put up their whitelist token mint. That's like Slump said. There's more whitelist tokens than supply, but those are gonna be available to mint for the next 10 hours. So I guess tonight or tomorrow morning, they haven't specified when, we'll see a public mint for any leftovers, but they've almost been so they haven't even said much about public mint. I think it's just because they're expecting it to sell out through whitelist. I really think like even with like a 1.7 soul mint, I think it is, 1.87 soul, I think this is a project that's easily like 2.5 to 4 right off the rip, just because there's demand. There's a 400k liquidity pool. Obviously the art's decent, but nothing special. It's just, I'd say average, if not a little bit above average soul art for sea shotties. But Twitter engagement's there. 6,000 supply is not always ideal. But when you have a project with 400k liquidity pool, I think it's great. So I'm trying to think, was it Balloonsville that had 300k liquidity pool and that was a big deal a couple weeks ago?
But then after that, Astrals kind of shot that number down. They have 3 million in theirs. So 400k is still really good, but we've seen some insane liquidity pools lately.
Okay. Yeah. So there's that. I think I'm watching it, Stump's watching it, so we'll see if Sea Shotties end up minting later today for public.
I don't think they're going to make it, and if not, I'm most likely going to buy in.
Yeah,
I really like
I hope you can get in like under 3.
Yeah, that's my. If it hits 2.5, I'd be stoked. But
yeah,
I don't know that it hits that when you have 2 other projects almost at 10 soul each under the same umbrella.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, Slump, you had some other soul stuff to cover, right?
Let's go Best Buds.
Yeah.
Let's hear Best Buds. Ace Loves project.
So can we touch on Sinova first? Just because that
go
one
ahead.
is also today. So less exciting than Sea Shanties, but still
Look at
on
his
our
little
radar.
lightsaber. What is that?
Yep. So Sinova was delayed from last week. It's a pretty hyped up utility-based project. I like the art a lot. It's almost like there's this really old Frank Ocean picture of him in a motorcycle helmet, and I'm pretty sure that's where they get the inspiration from. And the staking looks really good. They've got a pretty big liquidity pool. They've got future plans for a launch pad where you can use their token to mint directly. They've got merchandise, which isn't always like the biggest draw to me, but I know some people do like it. They seem like they have a lot down the pipeline. They're fully doxed. So really just watching to see how the whitelist reacts. They don't have a counter on their mint page right now, but last I saw there was 1,300 or so minted out, maybe an hour ago. We still have a while to go. My final, if I'm going to mint this call, is really going to be based on the whitelist. But the hype is there. People have been talking about this for a while. So definitely one worth watching. But then tomorrow is the more exciting one, is the Mary Janes by Best Buds. So that one is actually whitelist tomorrow, public Sunday. If you guys remember Best Buds, they're at like this crazy floor price of I think 22, 23 right now.
Yeah.
This is their Gen 2. If you have whitelist, I think you just had to have a Best Bud staking. You can actually get the Mary Jane for super cheap. I don't know that it's going to make it to public just because of that alone. You get it for like under 1 sol, which is insane because the public price is 4.2 sol. But the way they kind of fit into their ecosystem is one with staking. They have a really strong staking within a token called All. I don't think it's even valued that high of a price, but the main draw of that is that it's tied in with the Stoned 8, Nuked 8 ecosystem, which is one of the top Solana blue chips at the moment. So that's kind of your incentive there, just to be in that ecosystem. You can, once they have all their plans laid out, you can use that for many things. I think there's going to be minting, merch, all staking, all that stuff. Again, people really like the merch. Not a huge fan, but hey, if it works, it works.
Huh.
I don't think these are going to make it to public, but just based on all that, I would like to try and get one. If so, even have future plans. If you have a Best Bud and a Mary Jane, I think there's some sort of breeding mechanic they have planned. I don't think they've said too much on it yet, but super hyped up project. I don't think it's going to make it to public. There's even a chance, just because the public mint is so much higher than the whitelist, that I could totally see people with whitelist kind of dumping to take that easy money and then maybe buying back in. With a lot of Solana projects, I see that as kind of a trend. Obviously, as soon as they mint, they dump, and then people buy them up almost immediately after. So that would be my time to strike, if anything.
Time to strike.
Yep.
Cool. I like them. I wish I bought the Best Buds when they were like 5
I know,
or whatever.
me too.
They're pretty cool looking, honestly.
Ace loved those, man.
I know.
He's funny though, dude, because the other day he's like, dude, I told you you should have bought these. I'm like, did you buy them? He's like, no.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, like, if you just kind of go on like what you like art wise and stuff, it tends to do pretty well. Like Doodles, we bought Doodles, we liked them. We bought Three Landers because we liked them, and yeah, I think that's kind of a good rule of thumb in my opinion. But these are cool. Cool. I think we're out of Solana world into some sneaker stuff. These ALD New Balances are sick. I need these. Honestly, I want the purple ones and the brownish ones. Not so much this. I don't know what the color is in the middle here. But do we have like? Are they gonna do a raffle? I'm assuming here any day or?
Yeah, they'll probably do a raffle for these, like they do on the previous colorways. I was talking to Aiden pretty much all morning about these because we both love this brand so much. I think these are the best colors that they've done so far.
Yeah, these are sick.
These are really, really awesome. I really love that brown color. They're all sick, but that brown
Purple
just
is fire.
Yeah,
so
you can't go wrong with any of them.
Real quick, as a tip to you guys watching, I'm pretty sure that it still works where they do take your payment and everything, but just enter as many times as you can with like the same information, right? Because they don't really. I think it's just a numbers game. Is that right? Still?
I do it with multiple addresses, just to be safe.
Yeah, like a few to each address, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can enter multiple times. I don't know if they flag it off the top of my head. But just some general like resale analysis on these. All these ALD New Balance collabs kind of act the same. They'll dip obviously as soon as they come in, but then within probably 1 to 2 months, you'll see them start to climb pretty rapidly. And I think we might even see that fast track with the summer and spring coming up. These are really just awesome, like shorts and summer weather type shoe. and ALD is only getting more popular by the day. So really, really, really like this shoe. I'm going to be getting as many as I can and just holding them for a little bit.
Cool. I'm gonna be wearing these on the court. Breaking the record for 50 points in a row games. All right, so we've got the Yeezy Bones coming out too. We talked about the
Wave Runners.
Yep. And these are coming out as well. And these are a day before, right? These are Monday, I think.
Yeah. These will be Monday. It's kind of hard to tell how they're going to do. My personal opinion is that we're going to see a lot of guys not allocate resources to them. 230 retail, and then I'm sure they'll end up. I think they could be a sleeper, just depending on stock. Most representative of like a cream colorway, which has always done well. I'm probably going to run like sizes 10.5 and up, especially just to prepare for Wave Runners, because I mean, as classic as the Wave Runner model is, I think Slumped would probably agree with me would probably agree with me in saying that, you know, the margins on the Wave Runners really aren't anything special. I think there's almost more potential for a new colorway like the Bones.
Yeah, the Wave Runners, I mean, it almost seems to me like a shoe with infinite demand. You can never go wrong. I buy them every time and just hold them for a little bit. But, you know, it's still a $300 shoe, which kind of hurts. But you'll still make like probably $40-$50 a pair. Totally would run them.
I think Bones are a full go too. I mean, it's a white Yeezy. I mean,
people, if you remember the creams, they kind of went crazy, right? After a couple months. After
they're
they
like
sold out of
400 plus all sizes.
their
450.
rumored million pairs. Remember that?
Yeah, you're not gonna lose money on these either, so you might as well buy them, and you could sell them local. I bet for a minimum $20-$30 profit.
Oh my gosh,
Especially with the way the shoe market's going right now, it's really doing well, and I think it's just gonna. I've said this a few times. I think it's gonna explode.
Summer's here. People want to buy shoes and go out.
Yeah. And they've been at home.
People love white shoes in the summer. So
Yeah.
I'm buying as many of these as I can get.
And with the Wave Runners, to go back to those, like these stores move that shoe probably 450 to 500 all day long. Doesn't even matter the size, you know, regardless. Men and women, like, both go crazy for that model. So maybe we're running heavy on both.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. If you're botting this stuff, love it.
Dope.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Bad
We've
days.
got an ultra premium NFT on StockX in 22 minutes.
Oh gosh.
How much is it? 260?
Yeah.
75 stock though, you know, it's a lot.
Yeah, 260. I mean, you're basically gonna hold it betting on these getting over 300, which is actually really, I think that's very realistic soon. But by the time you're paying shipping for that and seller fees on StockX, I don't know if it equates.
I don't know. I feel like people are going to be almost dumb enough to buy it and sell it higher. Like, I'm looking at this Charizard. Remember they did the Charizard NFTs, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago? The Charizard in a PSA 9 is worth $300 more than the actual card in NFT form. For whatever reason.
So weird.
So, who knows? I mean, I don't think you really lose if you can get this. I think at worst case you just break even, but I think the upside might be there.
I was searching it and I just saw some of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT pop-up merch. Yeah, I think that stuff's really cool, but pretty expensive.
See what the market performs. This is the weekend, you know, going into it.
NFT market?
Yeah.
We'll be back Monday. See what happens over the weekend with all the people who've made money from Ape and everything. We need Coinbase to launch. I want to see what that does. That would be, if they did that like today or whatever, that would be crazy, I think, for the market. Or it could be super underwhelming, but I think it'll be good.
Weren't they supposed to yesterday or no? I thought they were at 12 p.m.
No, I'm saying they launched their market.
Oh,
not
NFT
Ape
market.
Coin. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Cool. I'm done. You guys got anything?
No, that's it for me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good, man.
that's it.
Wishing everyone a good weekend.
Right on. We'll see you guys Monday.